Cole, congratulations, boys. You are finishing this season with a trophy. How's it feel?
No, it's a great feeling. We knew the game was going to be tough, and I think they showed that extremely in the first half. They made it tough for us. They got an early goal, and it kind of unsettled us. But as the game went on, we grew into it, and thankfully we scored 4 goals in the second half.
Cole, come in here because your 2 assists, they were incredible assists as well. How did you start finding that space that you needed out there this afternoon?
I don't know, I just feel like I was trying to find a space as the game got going.
The space that you did find obviously led to the goals, but Reece, you didn't get to start this game. As captain, how did that make you feel when you found that out?
No, of course, it's devastating to know you're not playing in a final or not starting. I want to play every game, but it was the manager's decision, and once he made the decision, I need to accept it and move on and be ready to come in if I'm needed.
Well, how did you turn that devastation into the leadership that you showed? We saw you at half-time when you did come on. You were like leading the team out there. I heard you in the dressing room really geeing up the team.
Yeah, I thought in the first half we was very flat. The game didn't go our way early on, and it looked like it took a lot out of us. We needed a reaction in the second half, and we got it.
Cole, you've now won the full set of UEFA trophies. Chelsea are the only club to have ever done that. Does that mean something to you all?
Yeah, of course, to be the only team in history. It's a great feeling, so yeah.
And look, you've got Champions League next season. You've won this. A successful season?
I'll let you answer that.
Would you call it a successful season, Cole?
That's the captain.
Is it because, though, that your standards are that high that you'd want to be Champions League? Like, this is where you expect and you want to compete at the top?
Yeah, I've said it in many interviews this season. Coming into this competition, it was something we had to win, ever since we got entered. And, next season we go again in the Champions League.
All right, amazing. Boys, go and get your medals. Thank you very much for talking. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Ben.
Yeah, definitely. To be, the first completed club, won everything possible. You see them celebrating now and shows how much it means to them.
Had to do it the hard way today, though.
Yeah. We knew there was going to be a very good team. At the start, their fans were pushing them on. They're playing with a lot of desire, a lot of heart. But it was going to die off, and we just had to wait our moments, pick our moments, and that's what we done in the second half.
Look, you came on after an hour. The game really shifted in momentum in that second half. How did you do it? What was unlocked?
I think when you watch it from the bench, you can see where the spaces are and how you can help your team, and I just done that, When I came on for Benny, and I said to him before, I said, you was working so hard, and then when I came on, the gaps open. So he done that for me, he put the foundations in for me. But yeah, that's all I done.
Such a strong end to the season for Chelsea. You were really integral in nailing that Champions League position as well for next season. Just sum up what it's been like this last week.
Yeah, it's been amazing, to be fair. We've done everything we achieved to do. Winning the finals, amazing. Winning my first European competition with Chelsea. Hopefully many more to go, and getting Champions League for next season. I don't think you could end any better than that.
Certainly can't. Go and enjoy the celebrations. Thank you. Well done.
Having beaten Real Betis by 4 goals to 1. They were 1-0 down at one point, but what a comeback it was. You may have noticed we've lost Joe Cole. That's because he's out there in amongst all of the Chelsea celebrations, and I believe he's now with Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall.
All right, we're reuniting Chelsea friends. I shouldn't say reuniting because you two have never met, have you?
No.
There we go. Joe Kiernan Joe. Joe, you've been a big fan of Kiernan this competition, haven't you?
I've been a fan of him as well. Yeah, because when he come into the club, there's a lot of big names that come in, and Chelsea players, and you have to. It's difficult to go from there to there, and you have to take your chances. And he took his chances every time he played. And this competition's been brilliant, and it's great to see you tonight coming on, affecting the game. You and Jayden as well, fantastic.
Yeah, Kiernan, your response to that?
I really appreciate it. I said in the previous interviews, when you hear nice words from legends like that, it makes you motivated and determined to keep pushing. So, look, I'm happy I made an impact tonight and all over the tournament, but the fact we've just lifted that with all our friends and family is the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, you're up there. I think you are up there, actually, as the player that's played the most minutes for Chelsea throughout this whole competition. For you, what has that represented? What's that meant for you?
It's been great for me because it's been a source of games, and it's been tough getting a lot of minutes in the Premier League, but this has been a competition where I've played a lot, so it's allowed me to show people what I can do, and I've scored, assisted and played well, and this just tops it off.
You know Enzo Maresca probably better than most people within Chelsea because you've been with him previous. Trophy in his first season.
Fair play. I mean, if you'd have said that at the start of the season, I think he would have took it. So, look, he's a great manager. He's really helped a lot of the lads. You can see a lot of lads improving. Top 4 and a trophy. I mean, if you'd have said that at the start of the season, I think Chelsea fans would have took it.
Joe, Champions League next season as well for Chelsea?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, the team's developed, it's grown. There's been speed bumps in the road, and what I've been really impressed with is they haven't let it linger more than 2 or 3 games. It's very difficult. And it's tonight's night tonight. You know, the fans are very demanding, you know, because they're used to winning. And you know, so now they've seen this team win, they have more belief. Players have more belief in the fans. They're so crucial. And I feel like there's a really good era coming.
Yeah, where do you want to kick on to next season now?
Just try and play as many games as possible and help impact the team. There's a lot more to come from me. Look, I'm the sort of player, when I start playing more games and games and games, you see the best out of me. So, look, getting taste of silverware and that, it just makes you more hungry, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds.
All right, well, we're going to say well done, go and celebrate, enjoy. Thanks again, everyone.
In Dewsbury Hall, and you can see there what it means to Enzo Maresca as well. And of course, Dewsbury Hall and Maresca were part of that side that got Leicester promoted last season. So yet more silverware for them as a duo. But you can just see what it means. And Joe touched on it earlier on, just spending this time with your friends and family and people who sacrifice so much as well for players to be able to play football. It's such a part, Steve, isn't it, that fans perhaps don't see.
That's what I said. You know, look, you can see in the images there. It's about the ones next to you as well. That medal is not just around your neck. That's you're representing your family. You know, everyone's there. They go through the highs, the lows, the sweat, the tears, the good times, the bad times. And when you get moments like this, when you win trophies, and then they can come and join you, everyone shares in it. It's going to be a great night tonight. They're all going to enjoy it. And like you say, you've got to enjoy it because they don't come around too often. But at this club, they have to. You know, it's now about repeating it, going to next competitions and striving for success.
Do you remember the celebrations? Do you remember them, or are they sort of brain fog?
Mate, we won the game, and I've walked off to the pitch. I've seen where my brother was, and I've just hugged him. We've cried together.
Yes.
Yeah, we cried together on the side of the pitch. Never thought that I would be a European champion. So, like, we were just there crying together. My kids came on, took my medal. I didn't see it again until I got home. Like, then that night, let's not speak about it, yeah, but there was a lot of alcohol inside it.
Charlie, that Real Betis will be frustrated that they weren't able to really build on scoring that early goal. They had some opportunities. We saw Johnny Cardoso miss. Bartra had a chance. I mean, they could have been out of sight in 20 minutes.
The first half, they were sensational. And there's no doubt on the way home, they're going to be thinking about the what-ifs. Those moments they could have capitalized in the first half, but also in the second half. Just not coming out with the right intensity to match Chelsea as they continue to bring on new players and you have those fresh legs coming. You got to take the sting out of the game. And I just don't think they did a good job of managing the second half. Sometimes you have to be aggressive when Chelsea's being aggressive, because if you just continue to sit back, it was inevitable that was going to happen. You have to be able to pin them back, keep some chances, and that just never happened.
Nigel, I wanted to say, though, we talked before the game as well whether or not he would put Jorgensen in goal, and he's obviously played in this competition throughout, or he'd go with Sanchez, who's a Premier League goalkeeper. We're talking about the attacking players, and clearly the second half performance was a lot to do with them, but there were some important saves from him in the first half. He kept it from being 2-0 or 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, listen, just reading the game, and when you're in those type of moments, you look at big moments in games and how it can change the dynamic, and I think that save that Jorgensen made, for me, I said that's going to be vital in the game, because you talk about the lesser team, which was seen as Real Betis. When you get chances like that, like Charlie said, you got to put it away, you got to be clinical. As the game went on, I personally just don't think Real Betis could have done any more than they did. I just honestly feel that knowing and playing in the Premier League, what it's like, what it takes, that the physical fitness and the physicality of it and the attributes you need, you generally will get stronger as the game goes on, and it just doesn't feel for me that Real Betis were on that same fitness level to be able to match that. Chelsea just put it on in third gear after. We criticised them the whole first half, rightly so, because they were awful. It was all Real Betis, but it seemed to me that Real Betis gave everything they could in 45 minutes of football and not the full 90.
Nico, we saw Enzo Fernandez there with the Argentinian flag wrapped around like a skirt. He divides opinion. We call him a Marmite character, wouldn't we, in England? Some people love him, some people hate him. But Chelsea have got some of those characters, and he's one of them, who, when they need a fighter, they need someone who can win ugly, he'll get it done for you.
Yeah, and win pretty, too. He's an extraordinary footballer. Yeah, I think he gives you a lot of grit, which is, I think, culturally on one side, but he's an extraordinary footballer, too. He plays really pretty. Alongside, or not. He plays bad football or what?
I'm enjoying you saying he plays really pretty.
Alongside Moises Caicedo, that's an extraordinary partnership. Those two together have a lot to build on. They are so good. And Moises Caicedo especially, the way that he's able to play in such tight situations, the recoveries and the vision. He finishes off the game with an extraordinary shot. Those two players, I think Chelsea have extraordinary midfield.
Let's not even forget they've still got Lavia. They've still got Lavia on the bench, and when he's played, he's impressed me as well, been very impressive. So they've got good rotation, a real solid midfield, like Nico said.
It's a strong foundation.
That's very strong foundation, and I'm really happy for Caicedo for me, because I said it, as much as we focused on Cole Palmer, Caicedo has been Chelsea's player of the season. What he's done, he's the only player to have played all 38 Premier League games, which shows how important he is to that team. And for me, the consistency he shows and what he does in his position is unbelievable. If you can have a team of 11 Caicedos, you take. Yeah. And I'm happy he scored today, because he truly deserved it. He has been Mr. Chelsea this year.
Those two are in a class of their own, in my opinion. I know Lavia is good, and Lavia has a lot of potential, and you could see that he's going to be like a top footballer, right? Has the potential to do so. But Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo together really have something special going on.
And it took some time to form that chemistry.
And to find it.
Right? But I look at Chelsea sometimes and I say the downfall throughout the season is sometimes the goalkeeper situation. Robert Sanchez has made a number of mistakes, almost too many to say, oh, this is the guy we want for the future. They loaned out George Petrovic, who had a phenomenal season in Liga. So, you know, is that a player who comes back and he's the starter, or do they go out and invest in that position?
They might.
The striker position.
They're going to have to
Jackson,
invest.
he creates a lot of opportunities, but sometimes we see it in the end, he's on a breakaway and he's got that heavy touch. That's a position where Chelsea could probably upgrade as well. And do you bring in a Victor Osimhen that's been, you know, rumored for years now? Does that come to fruition, or do they go out and get another player?
I'm not even going to name names of players they should get, but they need a goalkeeper, a centre-back, and also a striker. They need someone else to take the pressure off Cole Palmer and also Nicholas Jackson. They need another attacking front.
Agree.
And a centre-back with experience and a goalkeeper.
But even that being said, they are still stacked full of talent compared to a side like Betis, and that was the difference in the end. Nico, swig of water, we need your translating skills, because Anita is standing by with Antony, and you're going to translate for us.
All right,
off
let's
you go.
listen in. What language is this in?
I don't know, we'll have to wait and see.
Of course, it's going to be Spanish, isn't it?
Antony, no pudo ser el sueño para
Anita
los béticos.
asks,
¿Puedes poner en palabras
it wasn't the dream tonight completed. Can you say and give me a couple of words of how do you feel and how the team feels? Right now it's very difficult to say any words. We knew of the importance of the game, this final. But we lost because we all wanted to win.
Felicitaciones a Chelsea.
Congrats to Chelsea
por los títulos.
For the title.
Lo importante es la familia que tenemos.
What's important is the family we have. We're together, we're united in this difficult moment. I need to ask about the advantage that they had going into the half. What's the key into the second half? What was the key to not getting to your goal at the end? Concentration. That was our downfall. A good first half, but in the second half we didn't have the ball. We need to know that it's a game of 90 minutes. And we weren't concentrated the entire game. Sometimes that's what's happened in football. In respects to you and your future, we all know that the Betis fans want you at this team. Could you give us any insight on what's coming for you this summer? I don't know what's happening in the future. Only God knows. My work is what I'm doing, that is playing. I'm doing it well. I have a lot of affection for Betis, for everyone. But I have a contract. I don't know what's going to happen. I have a contract with United. Only they'll know what's happening. Now I gotta go to the national team and then vacation, and then we'll see what happened in the future. Would you like to stay with Betis, Anita asks? I'm very happy here, everyone knows that. I went to sleep and I woke up happy, but like I said, I have a contract, but yes, I'm happy, and I don't know what's gonna happen.
Muchas gracias.
Ya saltan, uno cae el barrio. Es determinante cuánto daño puede hacer.